Hello everyone and welcome back to KitbashCarnage. So today we're going to finish off our subscriber suggested video, our Havoc Raptors. So as you can see, we've base coated them here, and then we're going to finish off painting them with two paintbrushes here. So one's just a little bit thicker than the other. They're bog standard cheap paintbrushes. So let's get to it, but before we do that, the paint we're going to use is going to be the exact paint that we used in our last video, because it's in our wet palette. As you can see, this wet palette is a little bit kind of gone out of business. We're gonna have to get another one, and also I should really have cleaned that tub before putting the water in it. So like I say in a lot of videos, do as I say and not as I do, because sometimes we can make shambles of stuff. So yeah, so this is one of the guys that we kitbashed. As you see, we used some sprues and stuff just to make the jetpack, attach some chain on top just to give it a bit of detail, cover up the top there, and then we used some of our bullets just to make a chain of bullets there and gave it a wee demon arm. So we're going to quickly just paint this up, like I said, using the paints left over from the last video. So check the link in the description for that video, and check the link in the description for part 2 of breaking the brush. So the reason we break the brush is, like I said in a few other videos, it tends to hit off the camera. So they're just cheap brushes, so we just break the buttons off them, and yeah, you can just use it like this. It's kind of, I find it much more easier to control the paintbrush when it's smaller like this, because of I have a bad eye kind of, so painting is not one of my favorite things, so that's why I don't do it as much. Because of my eye and stuff, and then because of the setup I have, it's not really the easiest. So a lot of things, but this year we're gonna start to paint more, and I've actually started to enjoy painting recently. Just putting stuff together and building it, but then when you finish painting them, it actually kind of brings it all together. Some people have trouble seeing things when they're not painted, when they're kitbashed and have multiple different colored bits on them. So painting them can actually bring them that much more to life. So yeah, we're going to see a lot more painted models in the future. So just skipping forward, you can see this is what we've done. So we've painted that one color all around the models, making sure that we've just building up our colors and building up the texture and stuff, or not texture, but you know, the foundation of different colors, just building it up, and putting these colors to use where needed. The wings, I'm going to use kind of a blotchy. The whole paint scheme is going to be a bit blotchy, but that's for purpose, if that makes sense. Like, I'm doing it on purpose, purely because this is going to go into my army, the Mutant Bears of Fate. So it's a chaos demon-esque kind of army, so basically, and it's a really old kind of lore that goes with it, so having it look kind of beat up and stuff like that goes along with the lore. So I don't mind like having a bit of a kitbashed paint job, you know, or a bashed paint job to the unit. Also, side note, I actually put a white car gloss all over this. So yeah, I kind of had to go with that paint scheme because the paint wouldn't naturally rest on the models. It just kept pooling into little like bits. So yeah, that's the real reason. So just going over with some red on the armor, making sure we just get as much covered as possible, and then we're going to move on to the next colors, just building up our layers. I'd like to say apologies, I forget the subscriber's name who came up with this idea, but please comment in the video. I'd like to give you a shout out, and you never know, maybe a bit of merch might be coming soon, and for being one of the subscribers to mention in our first ever subscriber video an idea, maybe you're the one who might be getting it straight away. Just doing my little what paint should I pick now dance, you know, as you do. So going in with some more colors here, picking out different bits. So you can see I'm picking out the skull kind of face, the enlarged face there, the bone kind of chain that's there, and then some things make sense that I'm painting, some things don't, but I always kind of match them. So as you can see, I'm painting this part of the barrel this color, and then I'll move on to the other barrels of the guns and try to keep within the same like scheme, painting the same parts of the barrels, so the exact same color. So there is some method to the madness, if that makes sense, even though it does look like I'm just going in and yeah, destroying these things. But you know, at the end of the day, everybody has their own techniques, and never let anyone say that what you're doing is wrong, because it's the way you do it, and as long as it works for you, then that's all you can ask for. So going in with our metallic now, and just painting, as I said, the metallic bits, the metal bits, anything like metal, gun related, or anything we want to kind of pop out from the other colors, because there's the kind of sandy, kind of browny colors, and then as obviously the red for the armor will stand out. So we're just going in, painting chains, painting metal bits, machinery bits, pipes, stuff like that. And moving on, we're going to get our Green Stuff World Flora purple, and this I've noticed is a really good color to put down for my demon kind of parts, like the body parts for my army. So I just slapped this down, and it, as you can see, it's kind of going down a little bit crazy, because yeah, if that base prime color we put down before is not really working into our favor, but you work with what you have, and the outcome of the whole unit tend to kind of go with the flow, if that makes sense. It all kind of tied in, especially when we start putting our washes on it. Now I do regret kind of going a bit crazy with one of our black washes, but you know, it is what it is. You know, this is why we have white spirits and stuff and paint stripper. You can always strip stuff off. I do have a big plan later down the line to redo my whole army, and these obviously being incorporated in my army now will end up getting redone, using the same bits but just taking more time, and I'll post a whole like kind of season episode type of thing for that. But as you can see, after putting down our Flora purple, I can't even say that, Flora purple, purple burglar alarm, that's going to give you a good laugh. After putting that down, everything kind of ties in together, and then as I said, we'll end up putting our washes on, and you'll see later down the line we go into these wings and make them pop a bit more. Yes, people are going to probably go crazy with the way I treat my washes or anything like that. It's the KitbashCarnage channel, so I just like going straightforward, head on in. So you know, yes, I could have knocked this all over the table and lost all of this. Yes, I could have used this more like sparingly, but you know, it gets the job done, and I got this video finished, and at the end of the day, I wanted to finish this video and get it done for the subscriber who commented on this and gave me the suggestion, because at the end of the day, it's you guys who support me that make me want to keep pushing for more and more content. Like I said in previous videos, I'm just going up and up kind of in my job lately, and with that comes less time to make these videos, but also the more support I get pushes me that much more to want to just keep doing stuff and giving back and giving back. So I'm forever grateful for each and every one of you guys. This year I can't wait to see where we end up, and like I said, once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm gonna start pumping out some merch. So it'll be simple stuff like stickers and maybe some custom dice I'm gonna do in a video, and you know, even maybe some minis I might do, you know, and we can give them to subscribers. So thank you all so much once again. So this is where we do the Abaddon Black wash. So listen, this is just a quick wash thing that I've done over the years, or shall I say back years and years ago when I used to do this again. Using a bit of water, a bit of Abaddon Black, and just mixing it up, thinning it out. It pulls in some of the recesses. It's not the best type of wash you could ever use, but it is what it is, and it does what I needed to do. But like I said, I could have probably went a bit sparingly on how much I used, but it ended up turning out quite well in the end, and I was very pleased of this unit. Yes, as you can see, too much, but it all tends to dry in, and the unit ties in together all the paint scheme. So I've always kind of thought that when doing washes, people can tend to get very, I wouldn't say afraid, but sparingly. You know, the stuff can pool up into places and create this covered up, detailed look. But if that ever happens and you have too much wash or paint or something like that on your model, you can get these, like, you can get earbuds, and that can take stuff off. You can also get detailed earbuds, which they're like smaller earbuds for taking paint off and stuff like that, or for doing them mechanical, like engineering stuff. But what you can do is just get a dry paintbrush, and if you put that tip of that dry paintbrush in the pool, it will absorb that little bit of paint or the wash. Now it is similar to using like tissue, but the bad thing about tissue paper is sometimes it tends to break off and get onto your model, which is a whole nother thing in itself, because then you have to pick off the tissue paper and stuff. So using a dry brush and just poking it into the little pools, just absorb that little bit of paint or wash that you've done there, might kind of do the job that you're looking for. But all this wash tends to dry in quite well, and like I said, when in doubt, you can always go back and take stuff off with paint stripper or it's white spirits and so forth. So in a while, you're going to see we go in with some Flora Green from Green Stuff World, and this it brightens up the green. So if you put the base coat of this green down on the base and then you go over it with the Flora Green, it makes it just pop that little bit more. I really like these Flora colours from Green Stuff World, or any Flora colours, shall I say, because I'm not sponsored by anybody, so hint hint, if anybody wants to sponsor me, shout out in the videos. Is that how you get sponsorships nowadays? So yeah, you see me go in with the Flora Green, and that just makes this base kind of pop that bit more, and it brings that kind of, not like it's key to the chaos. Well, obviously they fight each other and whatnot, but it's like a Necrony green color, and it really just makes it pop that little bit more. The contrast from this bright green and then the kind of darker colors from the model, I think, go very well. So this is the whole unit, as you can see. But I kind of noticed that hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing one. So yeah, I noticed while I painted these that we were missing one, so I kitbashed this guy quickly on the fly. As you can see, kind of what we have done is the same technique. Just got a piece of sprue, cut it up at an angle, wrapped it around with some chain, put a head on, then a bolter gun thing. Thank you again for the subscriber that suggested the video. Don't forget to put your comment below so I can thank you personally. And thank you again everyone for watching. Like, subscribe and comment. And don't forget to check out my Instagram for some pictures on my finished projects. Catch you in the next one.